Okay, so here are the onions. Like these are like way past time to pull them. Should have already been pulled, but as you know, I've been under the weather. So I've been 1 week out of the garden, and let me tell you what, the weeds took over this week. So, gonna be pulling onions today. I'm on full farm duty today. We'll see how far I go. It's gonna be my first day back out doing stuff. And I can tell you already, I've just fed the chickens and I'm very fatigued. So hubby's gonna join me here in a little bit. He slept in a little bit and having his coffee and enjoying his morning. But I gotta get out here before it gets too sunny because I'm not supposed to be in the sun with the medication that I'm on right now. So, pulling onions today. Oh my goodness, I'm out here in the garden pulling onions, and do you see what I see? Ah, it's a baby melon. Now I ain't sure what we planted where. Yeah, this is watermelon. Yeah, baby watermelon. It's so cute. It's about the size of almost a softball size. And then here we have a baby cantaloupe. So, good Lord willing and the creek don't rise, we're going to have us some watermelons and cantaloupes this year. I'm so excited, I can hardly wait. Here's the onions, all picked, laying out in the row. We'll let them lay there for just a little bit today, kind of let some of that dirt dry on them, and then we'll get them curing. So it's probably a little past time to pull these carrots too, but I'm gonna push through it and get this done. I planted red core, Chantenay, I don't know if that's how you say that, and Danvers. So we'll start over here with these red cores. And this is for me like pulling, digging potatoes. It's so exciting because you don't know what you're getting. Well, they're okay. I know that they were planted a little close together, and I tried to wean them out, but it was kind of too late. Oh, that's a nice one. So we'll see what we got. So here's the first row. The Chantenay are on the left, Danvers are on the right. I've always had great luck with Danvers. They're just kind of generally just do well for me. But those didn't do too bad either. So I'm out here this morning, going to give you a little garden update. I'm just about to walk, so that's why I look the way I do. When I get up and get ready and take a shower, when you get out here and walk and sweat your butt off. So anyway, I'm still recovering, but I'm still trying to push through and get a little exercise in, a little fresh air in the mornings before it gets real hot. My tomato plants, I don't know, I think they need probably some Epsom salt and probably some Tums in water. I think I've seen one with blossom end rot. So that's usually how I do. I crunch up some Tums and put them in a gallon of water and water them at the base, and it eliminates the blossom end rot. So they're looking nice, except for they're falling over because when I was sick, I did not get out here and tie them up. So yeah, they're falling over real bad, but they'll probably still be all right. One of Jason's uncles that was a farmer, he didn't tie any of his stuff up. He just planted them and let them go, and he was a really good farmer. So I have, I'm gonna turn you around, hold on a second. My peppers, they have blooms all over them. I've been getting some banana peppers, and I think these funny looking peppers, let me see if I can find one, are pepperoncinis. But I have no idea what to do with them. I don't know when they're ready because I've never planted them before, but we use a lot of pepperoncini peppers just in salads, and like if you make the Mississippi pot roast, put your pepperoncinis, and I was wanting to can some, but anyway, there's that, all the peppers. Everything looks like it needs some help. The squash, pretty sure I planted it too close. All these raised beds are new to me. I've not ever planted squash in raised beds. I've not ever planted tomatoes in raised beds or green beans, so I'm learning. And I'm learning that you don't need very many plants. Oh look, I do have a little squash down here. But yeah, so my squash aren't doing very well. I just broke the tip off, but oh well. But I have a farmer friend down the road. He dropped off a box of squash and tomatoes. And he wanted to give me some cucumbers, and I said, no, thank you, but no thank you. Because I have a ton of cucumbers, and if I'm being completely honest, I'm struggling with the want to do something with them. I have so many. I need to make relish. I made some pickles. It was almost a disaster. But yeah, my energy level's low, so I've just got them in there, and I'm thinking I'm just going to have to shred them up and make some relish because some of them have been there a little long. And here's another squash. Just going to twist it right off, maybe. And there she is. But the rest of my squashes that I picked, oh, they looked hideous. They look about like this one right here. Ugly little thing. I'm just going to take it off and throw it in the compost. So, anyway, that's an update. I've got 2 batches of green beans. These are all empty, just haven't replanted anything. This one, I planted some radishes. I think it's about too late. I've got one little radish growing. You see, I'm gonna cover him back up. He's dry, he needs some water. Green beans are just about played out. It's about to get too hot for them. I might get one more batch. So, that is my little art garden update for today. And we'll see what happens with the pickles. We're out here this morning, and I've picked, and look, I have a watermelon. I have several watermelons and several cantaloupes and lots of weeds. My peas are coming along, but there won't probably be any more weeding because it's just kind of overgrown now. Look at this one. Oh, it's a big one. Yes. I've never had a whole lot of luck with watermelon because usually I plant them too late and then it gets hot and dry and we don't water. But anyway, there's that. And I've got some cantaloupes up here. Dogs and cats in the garden. They're my little helpers. He gets mad because they get in the garden, but I do not, because they sniff out snakes and everything else that might be out here to get me. Looky there. It's a little cantaloupe. Huh. Yes. And that is why he does not like you in the garden. You trample the plants. Goofball. And then this is the cucumbers and zucchini that I harvested this morning. Also got some apples. These were on the ground. I've got 2 apple trees that survived. One's a Granny Smith and one is a Gala. I don't know which one is which. That one's got a little spot on it because I didn't label them. So I need to get that app on my phone. And then way down in there, I got a few blackberries. Just enough to eat for breakfast, probably. So, there's that. Got my onions out here, curing, letting all the greens dry up. This is the way I've done it for several years, and it seems to work pretty good for us. Some of them that didn't fit, I put in little trays down below, which is the method I prefer, really, but I just don't have enough space to do all that. Potatoes are still in the wagon. I got to figure out what I'm going to do with them. It's just been, after I got sick, I'm having trouble with my energy level, so that is that. Onions are looking good. Oh yeah, what about my garlic? We'll go over here and look at garlic. I do the same thing with my garlic as I do the onions. Just set them in one of these little trays and let the ends dry. Looking good, drying up nicely. Also, it's not food related, but I planted this planter this year. Put up in here and kind of make this area look a little bit prettier. We've got septic lines and stuff running underneath, so I didn't really want to dig, so I kind of want to just fill it up with planters, and this is where I started. And it's looking beautiful. I wish the elephant ear was a little bit bigger. I didn't know the caladiums were going to do that well, but now I know they do well here, so I will probably plant some more, because the elephant ears over here that I did by themselves, they're doing wonderful. And over here in these planter boxes, I have some peppers. I thought they were jalapeno, but this does not look like a jalapeno. I do not know for sure what that is. And then these little Mexican sour gherkin cucumbers, we have no idea what we're doing with these. The plant is massive and beautiful, and it did have little blooms all over it. Let's see if I can find one. It had tiny, tiny, tiny little cucumbers. I don't know if you can see that. Little bitty tiny cucumbers, so we'll see. We'll see what happens with those. But the plant is gorgeous.